Hello, this is ELB, so let's get back to work. Last time we were fixing our hitboxes as well as... Wait, no, is that what we did last time? I don't quite remember. No, we were making it so that we can stab. So, what we did was we made it so that depending upon how long you hold the button, you do a different attack. And at first, it was simply 3 different swing speeds, but now we can do a bunch of quick little stabs, and this little slash right here, or the much larger slash. Although I would like to change exactly how fast they are. So let's get messing with that. Alright, so let's see here. Got our sword. We don't need this one. So, hold on a moment. I think the speed of just the quick stab is... no, that's fine. Doesn't really make sense that you'd do like an incredibly fast flurry unless it was a special move. So let's see here what we can do instead. I'm kind of curious what this would look like being a bit faster. Because if it's a charged up attack, then logically it would hit harder, right? And that would look like a faster attack. So let's see. That's our slow attack. That's our mid attack. I like that. So I am going to have to start thinking about how exactly I want movement to work when you're in mid-attack preparation, because right now it's, well, you can move all over the place. You can even dodge in mid-preparation, which we don't want. So, let's see here. We don't need to go into the sword. Instead, what I'd like to go into is the player. And the B button is the dodge button. So let's see. And can dodge equals true. So we can change can dodge to being false, right? And the way we'll do that is this. Oh, sorry, phone just beeped. Okay, nothing important. So let's have it so that the sword is the one that actually controls whether or not the player can dodge. And this is how we'll do that. So remember, we have, I believe, 3 states for the sword, or possibly 4. We do have 4. So we have attack state 0, attack state 1, attack state 2, and attack state 3. Attack state 0 is the charge up for the attack, attack state 1 is the actual swing or stab, attack state 2 is the recovery, and attack state 3 is the ending of the attack, which is when the sword object destroys itself. So, I would say that you can't dodge while in mid-strike, but perhaps while in charge up. But if it does happen in charge up, then I would also, or so if you're charging up an attack and you also dodge, then I'd say that you cancel the attack. At least that makes sense to me. I don't think it really makes sense to force a player to commit when they haven't actually started swinging yet. So let's see. OBJ test figure dot can dodge equals false. Or nope, that was still wrong. Come on. There we go. Although I don't quite remember how I had it set up for it to work. Let's see. So I can search through the scripts. Oh, that's not the one that I wanted. Search in scripts. There we go. For can underscore dodge. We find it in 5 places. Create event. The alarm, which sets it to true, meaning that the dodge has ended, I believe. Let's check. Yeah. Yep. Dodge cooldown is the first alarm, or alarm 0, I should say. And there. And there. And now here. Cool. So that works perfectly. Now give me just a moment. Gonna check something. Okay. Alright, so can dodge equals false. Wait, no, we didn't want it in attack state 0. We wanted it in attack state 1. Okay. You know, it might actually work a little bit better. Hold on one moment. So I believe I did this elsewhere, where movement, or not being able to move, was like an accumulation. So there could be different sections of code which say, okay, you can't do this, so I'm going to add one more reason to this list. But the list isn't an actual list, it's just a growing number. And so once they determine, okay, you're allowed to dodge again, I'm going to remove mine from this number. So 3 different things might be saying you can't dodge, and so they'd add one after one, so you'd end up at cannot, or can dodge equals 3, whereas it needs to be equal to 0 to be able to actually dodge. So let's do that. Can dodge equals 0, can dodge plus equals 1. Oh, that was not what we needed. Still not what we needed. Okay, I thought I could just open it like that. So can dodge minus equal, no, come on, minus equals 1. There we go. And that should be all we need. Okay. So we don't put it there. We should be putting it where the attack state actually changes, so that it'll only happen in one step and won't constantly be going up. Oh. And I do not know what just happened there. There we go. What am I doing? I can just do this. There we go. Goes up by 1. Okay. second step. Then we do can dodge, or no, it was obj player, no, test figure, there we go, dot can dodge minus minus, there we go. Now, just to be safe, that means that we're going to have to make sure that can dodge never goes below 0. So, real quick, we'll just do this. If can dodge is below 0, which it shouldn't be, then can dodge equals 0. That's easy enough. Alright. So let's give this a test. So, unlike later on, right now we're still going to be able to dodge while charging it, but it's not going to cancel the attack. Or while charging an attack, but it's not going to cancel the attack. However, we will not be able to dodge while attacking. And now, dodging simply does not work. Let's reset. Alright. I know exactly what happened there. I forgot to change the way it is in the create event. So I have can dodge set to true somewhere. There we go, which technically means it's set to 1. We don't want that. Let's change this description. Whether or not the player can dodge at all, 0 is able, anything above is not able, number can grow or shrink depending on circumstances. Okay. Let's give this another shot. Dodging works. Okay, what about while swinging? There we go. I was tapping the button as hard as I could. Well, that's not true, but you know. Alright. So, this seems good. We can now, well, we can dodge while preparing an attack, which is what we don't want to be able to do. So, what will we do then? Well, let's go back into that B button real quick. Okay, we have dodging. And we'll have something else called canceling attacks. So, if we'll just start with the obj melee sword. No, that's not right. If instance number, there we go, obj melee sword is larger than 0. Because remember, instance number is literally telling us how many of this type of object is active. So if instance number obj melee sword is larger than 0 and obj melee sword dot attack state is equal to 0, then instance destroy, but we need to do with obj melee sword. Alright, so upon pressing B, assuming the swing or stab has not been made, it will just get rid of it. Let's give this a shot. So I'm holding the button. And that's not working. What did I do wrong here? I know what I did wrong. Here. Oh wait, what am I doing? No, well, Sorry, I'm thinking about how I want to structure this. Okay, so I'm gonna move this inward, or down I should say. If can dodge equals 0, then all this crap happens. Okay, so dodging. And then we have, oh, it's not how it's supposed to look. Here we go. Canceling attacks. There we go. This way it's actually within the code chunk of what happens when you press GP Phase 2, which is the B button. Let's give this another test. Okay. Dodging is working. Oh, that's kind of a funny side effect. I wasn't really expecting that the direction would change. However, what I am liking about this is that the dodge is, or the attack is queuing up right after the dodge, assuming I'm holding the button. However, it's also queuing up an attempt at an attack mid-dodge, which I'm not super keen on. So we're gonna have to fix that. So we don't want to be able to attack in mid-dodge. So I believe it was just dodging was the name of the variable. Yep, dodge equals true, aka dodge is happening. So, and dodge equals false. So these are happening together, but then we also need to look at whether dodge is happening. Okay, let's give this a test. I also need to actually take a drink of my tea eventually. So the way it's currently working, it does not queue up an attack immediately after you press the B button, which is what was happening. Instead, it starts to queue up the attack once the dodge has finished, which is what we want. Whether or not we want it to immediately queue it up if you're still holding the button, though, I think is a different matter entirely. For now, I'm not opposed to it. I don't really find anything to be wrong with that. It feels fine, I suppose. I still kind of find it funny slightly, or find it a little bit funny that the direction that the sword is coming from changes with a press of the button. Oh. So that's something that I'd like to fix at least. So I need to remember what's causing that. So let's see where else we can find swing direction. Search in scripts, swing direction. It probably was this. So swing direction is not equal to swing direction, meaning if it's at true, it'll immediately go to false. If it's at false, it'll go to true. I did not have that in there. Okay. Oh, I put that in wrong. It was not this, it was this. Here we go. So, because I'm not totally satisfied with this, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this right here. And instead, I'm going to put this in the destroy event for the sword. Because it's not the sword's own variable, we need to do this. We need to tell it that it's someone else's variable. But then we also need to tell it if obj test figure dot dodge equals false. So that should stop the sword's swing direction from changing when we dodge. Let's give this a test. Yep, it's responding how we want it. Alright. So that's good. That's how we want it to be. So now a conundrum that I'm trying to think about is whether or not I want the player to be able to change the direction of a swing. So currently the swing starts off preparing to slash across whatever direction we're looking in, or aiming in, I should say. So if I were to start moving, should the sword move, or should I keep on facing the direction that I was preparing to swing in? In your conventional game, I would say that once you start swinging an attack, you are committed to the direction in which you swing it, right? So, whether or not to force the player to commit is something else entirely, I think. I think I will leave that as it is. However, there is something else that I kind of want to change. Here, let me show you. So, I don't know if you were able to spot it a moment ago, but... So, remember, blue is where we're aiming. Black is where we're moving towards, essentially. And red is where we're trying to aim. So, we can control that with the right stick, but it defaults to where the black is. Or where we're trying to move to, otherwise. If we're not targeting anything, then blue would follow the red. But because we're targeting something, it does its own thing. So I swing. So if I'm looking this way, or trying to move that way, once I kill this guy, my next attack will immediately be in this direction, which I don't think makes a whole lot of sense. Anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. I'm gonna take a look at something real quick. Okay. So... let's take a look at our code and see how we currently have this settled. So first off, let's look at what the actual variables are. Player move direction, var r stick angle, and player aim direction. So var r stick angle changes to default to player move direction. I think all we need to do is make it so that it only does that if the stick is actually being pressed, if the left stick is actually being pressed. So let's see where that is. Okay. Var r stick angle. Oh, I see. It takes it from H axes R and V axes R. And var r stick angle. Where am I using that? Oh, of course. It's that player, so player aim direction needs to not change. So where is player aim direction? So let's search in the scripts, player aim direction. Oh, here we go. So, all we need to do is this. We're gonna move this in. And then we'll tell it this. If H axes L, because should be correct. Alright. I think that will work. Let's give this a test. And we have an error. So it's not set before reading it. Okay. Let's put this in Notepad real quick. Did I just name it completely different things? I did. Did I really call it that though? Hmm. Gonna steal you. And replace you with this. Because you don't really need to be variables. Temporary variables, local variables. Or, no, I think it is just temporary. But we still have a problem. Okay, so is this the same? No, this was step event 3, line 5. Here. Let's just do this. Okay. Oh. Wonderfully strenuous process. Alright, let's see if we can do this one more time. Seems to be... Oh, hello. Well now, that is unexpected. I somehow managed to swap the controls. Right stick moves me, left stick does absolutely nothing. That's kind of funny. Okay, so what the heck did I just do here? Okay, well, player move direction is being set, right? Oh, I know exactly what I did. I forgot to change that. Alright, so let's give this another shot. Aiming's working, movement is working, we're looking in a direction and aiming in that direction properly. So let's try this. Killing him, and we're still stabbing in that direction. I'm not quite satisfied with how that feels. It seems like it takes too long to prepare to strike again. So if it's 5, that means it's, what, an eighth of a second that you only need to hold it? Well, I'm going to change that to 3. Let's change this to 20, so 2/3 of a second to charge up a full swing. I don't know how I feel about this whole timing thing. It just feels weird, I guess? I don't know. Trying to think of what I might want to do instead in that case. Oh, that stab wasn't even hitting. It looks like it should be hitting. Why is that stab not hitting, though? I don't even know. Figuring out a decent combat system is difficult. That's for sure. I might change the fast attack to be to go back to being a swing. I don't know, it felt a little bit more organic that way, because it disappears for a moment now. Or I could try going into a proper combo system. I'm gonna have to think about this. But I think the thing that concerns me most is, right now, why was that stab not hitting? It looks like it should be hitting, right? So why is it not? Let's take a moment to look at the sword and try to figure this out. So at the end of the step, it's doing what it's supposed to do with the jab distance, and it's moving itself so that the hitbox itself moves. Could it possibly be something similar to what was happening with the swing? I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna set it to round this. Hopefully that might smooth it out and remove some sort of issue we might be experiencing. Although in general that whole thing should probably be rounded. Hold on. Yeah, see, it should totally be hitting him. Hmm. Rather than rounding that, I'm gonna round this whole thing. Yeah, it looks like it should be hitting. Like, it's... The swing is hitting, but why isn't the stab hitting? Because all it needs to really do is get into this pink square. This is bothersome. Okay. I am curious, so... I'm gonna try increasing the distance real quick. See if that changes anything. The pullback will look a little bit messed up, just a heads up. That should totally be hitting. What the heck is going on? Could it be something with enemy collision? You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be temporary, of course. So we're gonna do draw sprite ext. Sprite is gonna be sprite index to be its own sprite. Subimage is gonna be what is it? Image index, I believe. X is gonna be, you know, X. Y is gonna be Y. X scale is going to be X scale, I guess. No. X scale. Is it scale X? Or image X scale? Well, we already know it's going to be 1, so whatever. Rotation is going to be image angle. And color is going to be var color. And alpha is going to be 1. Or it's going to be image alpha. So, what is var color going to be? Var color is going to correspond to the current attack state. So, if attack, we're just going to do, no, let's do a switch. Okay. Case Then var color equals C red, case 1, var color equals C orange, break. Case 2, var color equals C yellow, break. Brecca. And finally, case 3, var color equals C green and break. So I don't think we're ever gonna actually see that green. No, we might see it for a single frame. In any case, let's take a look at this. Yeah, so when stabbing, because it's always invisible in attack state 0, if the speed is 0, then it's always going to be orange then yellow. But we can see it be red right here. Okay. Yeah, it is looking like it's turning orange, or it's turning yellow right before it actually hits, which is really not what we want. Can't believe I didn't even realize that. So, how can we fix this? So let's see. Rather than using SCR ease in back, let's look at our other easing options. Okay. Good old easing. So we are using ease in back. Where are you, ease in back? Ease in back. To do a little sort of pull out. And I might be using ease out back for the pullback. Oh no, here, let's try this. I think this will help. It's not going to change how it looks dramatically, but it should fix the issue. Although, real quick, I'm going to change this back to the correct distance and take another look at it. Oh, come on. Alright, it's looking like it's actually hitting now. Cool! That's one problem solved. Sorry, stretching. Okay, How long have I been streaming? 49 minutes. Is there anything I can do real quick? Or anything else I just might want to do. I'm still thinking about how exactly I want the attacks to feel, because it feels just weird. Like, it's not maybe queuing up properly even? And I wonder if that would help actually. Because if I tap the button, or if I hold the button, and then I hold it for what seems like the same amount of time again, it doesn't really go off of how long I hold it. Rather, it goes off of how long it was held after the other attack ended, which is not really what you want out of a queued attack. Or at least that's not what I'm feeling like I want out of a queued attack. Otherwise, I'm mostly just holding the button, and that doesn't feel very active. So... So, here, let's see if we can't fix that before we finish the stream. So what we'll do is we'll create a timer. So here's exactly what we'll do. We will do RT timer equals 0. Okay? And then we'll do timer for RT adding, and we'll say RT timer plus plus. And that should be all we have to do. Let's see. Sorry for the silence. You know what I kind of want to do? Here. If instance number equals 0, we're going to do else. So we know that the queue is being set to false, but whether or not it's a queued attack is different. So whether it was done at that moment or afterwards, queued RT equals true. Then we'll do this. sword ID dot queued equals queued RT. So the idea is if this was literally when you press the button, then it should... If this was literally when you press the button, then it'll know that it was not a queued attack and it should not go off the RT timer. But if it was a queued attack, it should go off the RT timer. So... and if RT, or if queued RT, come on, RT equals true, then we're going to pass RT timer into the thing. So var created sword dot RT timer. We'll just call it that, or no, we can call it queued timer. So how long it was queued for, or how long the queued button was being held. I don't know how to put this. So we'll do that. Here, actually, real quick. Okay, so if queued RT equals... No, was that right? Ah! I'm getting lost in my own... So, yes, queued. And if it's queued timer. Okay. So, and queued equals false. Or queued timer is less than attack timer and no, attack timer and attack timer is less than queued timer and queued equals true. Okay. Hopefully that will work. Then for determining whether or not we go into the next one, and queued equals false, or attack timer is equal to queued timer and queued equals false. No, equals true. There we go. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I mean, I think it will, but it's a little bit wonky, I think. Okay, not set before reading it. Oh boy. This is always a favorite. Okay. Queued equals obj test figure dot queued rt queued timer equals obj test figure dot rt timer. Okay. Meaning I don't need to actually do these. Okay, let's try that. The reason I'm putting it in there instead is because it needs to be in the create event, otherwise it gets pushed to the sword too late. Okay, come on. That is that not right? Hold on. Oh. What if I moved this up? Right now I'm kind of shotgunning this, which I really shouldn't be doing. Well, that's beautiful, I guess. Okay, you know what? I really need to use the restroom, and this has been going on for about an hour, so I'm gonna call it good here. Obviously we have some work to do. I got things really wonky at the moment, which is not what we want. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.